Hi everyone. I'm going to talk to you today about allowing yourself to enjoy life. That was one thing the angels always taught me, with the small little things. And it's something that I think adults have actually forgotten. I think even when you're a teenager, you start to forget to enjoy life as well. And we're all so busy with everything, that we don't stop for a moment and allow ourselves to enjoy. Because when you give yourself silence and you give yourself a moment, you're transforming yourself to you and to the spiritual side of you. You're giving yourself freedom. You're giving yourself calmness. You're even releasing, fear and anxiety as well. And that's why it's so important to enjoy everything and as much as possible. And I know for many of us, we would say, we don't have time. I don't have time to go out for a walk. Even when I meet my friends, I'm in a hurry. I'm watching my watch or watching the time or watching my phone in all of that. And it's kind of, we have just forgotten to connect spiritually to enjoy life. Those precious, precious moments. And the thing is, we're always using excuses. And I would say, don't use excuses. If you're so busy in your life and you're in work and it comes to your lunch break, go and have your lunch. Let's say it's in the canteen or you go to a little local cafe and you're with others and you're chatting and you're talking and you're having your lunch. And maybe even during that you're relaxing, but you're so conscious that you have to get back to work. But I would say to you, give yourself 10 minutes. Leave to head back to work that little bit earlier. But don't directly head back to work. Find a spot where you can stand or you can sit. Where you can have a moment to chill out. Just that moment to chill out. That moment to clear your mind, to focus on something that is, you might call it trivial. It could be a bird you're watching and you're just watching the bird and all your other thoughts disappear because your human body is relaxing, but you're connecting spiritually to your soul, to God, to your guardian angel, and you're just focused on that bird. And no other thoughts are coming and going. And that's actually really good for you because you're in the moment, you're living, you're enjoying it. And it's like when you turn around and you realize the bird has flown away and, oh, it's time to go back to work. You're more refreshed than if you had stayed sitting at the table, chatting and talking. You wouldn't have been as refreshed as you are now. So you go back to work and it's like, you enjoy work a little bit more. You're more clear within your mind because you have, in a sense, refreshed your human body, but your mind. And spiritually, you've got, I'm telling the angels I can't pronounce that word they're giving me. But let's say the only way I can say it to you is that your mind has become clear. All the clouds have been parted in that way. So I would say to you, even if you're a dad or you're a mom and you've come home from work and life is hectic, let's say you have children, and you have never given time to yourself for a moment, I would say to you, you should. And I'm going to just bring you for a little walk in the room now, so you can walk with me. And remember, don't use any excuses whatsoever. It could be lashing raining out. It could be even snowing. We have snow here today, which is absolutely beautiful. But we only have a little. And in one way, I would love the snow to come down heavier so I could run out and enjoy it. So just say if it is snowing where you are, run out and enjoy it. Bring your children with you, your wife with you, your husband, your friends, and it's kind of just be free. Just be free. And let all that anxiety and worry and fear just fly away. You know, live in the moment spiritually in that way. Because it's so important for us, because even children, teenagers are forgetting to enjoy themselves, to get pleasure from the simple things of life. They're so full of so much anxious and worry about everything. So come for a little walk with me now. So come and join me here now, and I'm going to just sit at this little table. And of course I have a cup of tea, because I enjoy a cup of tea every time. And I love these cups because they have, you know, the rooster on them as well. They're so, so pretty. I always enjoy a cup of tea. And I know most of you know that. I'm Irish, so we love tea. It's really, really nice. But, you know, if you're at home and you feel, oh, the weather is too miserable, or you're feeling too miserable, you've got to make the effort to enjoy. You really have to. And you see what I have here. I have these pictures here, and this one is of, you know, the beach, the seaside. And I have colouring pencils here, and I have roses. But every time you might want to draw or colour, remember, it helps you to just focus, like what I said before about the bird. You know, you were on your lunch break, you took that few minutes for yourself and you really chilled out. And when you have to colour or draw, your mind starts to empty. So again, all that worry and all that stress starts to leave you. And this is something you could do at home. And I would say you could, you know, don't use excuses. You know, if you have children, you probably have plenty of things you could colour. Or maybe you decide, I'd love to draw. You might do that. But there's so much you can do at home. You could watch a funny program on the TV, but I would rather you not do that, if possible, because I want you to get out into life and to enjoy, because that's so important. So even colouring helps again to empty your mind. So I'm colouring these beautiful leaves green of the strawberry. And here in the sanctuary we'd have loads of strawberries in the summer. And they're absolutely gorgeous, absolutely. And colouring this is bringing my memory back. My memory back and focusing on last summer. Out among the strawberries and filling a bowl and eating them at the same time, and the birds joining us as well. You know, again, we've forgotten how to enjoy the simple little things. Or maybe your child, maybe you have children and, you know, they have some Lego. Build something. just to give you a moment, again, to empty your mind and to concentrate. And again, I know I'm repeating all those anxieties and fears to disappear, because we need them to disappear. We need them to be gone. So you could colour in, you could, be even thinking if you had roses, or the last time someone bought you roses, you're emptying your mind and you're going back to the time of the rose. Like I went back to the time of the strawberries. Oh, this one here, a basket of vegetables. You could be colouring these in, and your mind becomes empty and you just see yourself gathering vegetables. Now, it could even be that you see yourself gathering vegetables in the supermarket, but there'd be no one else there, because you would be colouring in this. You would be just focusing, and you would be freeing yourself. You'd be colouring in the cabbage, and you'd be just thinking of the head of cabbage, or the carrots, or the tomatoes, or the onions. Don't know what these are. Some kind of, cauliflower, and I think you call this a pumpkin, and zucchinis. Not quite sure what these are. But and then of course the basket, to colour in the basket. And remember, you can allow yourself spiritually to enjoy and colour in whatever colours you're attracted to. It doesn't have to be green for cabbage or red for cabbage. It could be whatever colour, because you have emptied your mind, you have completely relaxed. You're enjoying this. I could say to you, in another world in that sense. So it's whatever colour. It could be, a blue cabbage. It doesn't matter. And you're colouring it in, this blue colour. And maybe you would colour in all the other leaves of the cabbage, different colours, because it's where your mind is carrying you, where you have, in a sense, allowed yourself to be free to enjoy, and not to be, what are the angels saying to me, hindered, I love that, hindered by the world, by mankind, by what you're told that, the cabbage should be green or red, or, remember, it can be any colour. It can be any colour. So don't allow the world to hinder you. And even if that's 10 minutes for yourself, then that should be, or I love the tree. You could pretend every branch you're doing, every leaf, is a journey of your life. And just be free within each leaf you colour, and the bark, you're travelling up, you're going in this direction and you're coming back and heading up, and what would you say? All your love, all your light is all around the tree, and this is you. You're enjoying, you're living the moment. Oh, and the lovebirds, I love this too. If you have someone in your life, a romantic partner, you can colour one in as them, but the colours again you want, and just be focused on the beautiful birds and yourself and the flowers and the branch, And even if there's no romantic lover in your life, you can, in this moment of enjoying, put someone there. You have the freedom to do so. And don't mind what the rest of the world thinks, because these few moments, whether it's 10 minutes you give yourself, are yours. They're yours. And by the way, they're free. That's what you have to remember. You can't just keep working and rushing after life in the sense, but you're not living life, because you're so caught up. I love this one too, because it has the sun, but it has the road. So you don't want to be rushing down the road all your life, back and forth, and never notice the flowers or the greenery or the trees or the sun coming up over the mountains. If you were missing all of the beauty and enjoying it, it's like then the next time you're out for a walk, even if you're with your romantic partner or you're with your children or your family or your friends, I bet you anything, you will stop and hesitate. And you'll take maybe 30 seconds or 60 seconds for yourself and look around and enjoy. And your mind and your spiritual soul come forward. You know, it's like the emptiness of what you don't need. You're letting what you don't need anymore go for that moment. And I'm going to just say to you another thing. You know, that's something you can do. You could even do a jigsaw. You know, I'm a jigsaw lover. I have a jigsaw and it's a big one on a table. And I'm doing it for the last 3 weeks. Every moment I get a chance. And I know if you practice this, you will find yourself every day wanting to take that 10 minutes for you to learn how to enjoy life. Maybe you love music, you know, and music is so good for the soul as well, and so good for the human self. It's always positive. It always helps to free us as well. It helps us to kind of smile and say, oh, I want to let go. But again, the world doesn't let you let go, but you can. And I have a lovely guitar over here. And I have to say, it is very, very beautiful. And if you can play the guitar and you have one at home, just then sit on your couch or on your chair or sit on the floor and cross your legs and play it. I wish I could, but one thing I do love is when somebody else comes to visit or they just pick up the guitar and start playing and singing. What I see, what happens then, how can I explain that to you? I see the guardian angel and I just see the music notes leaving the guitar and flowing through the air. I just see, how would I say this, the energy field, the colour of the person, of their aura, you know, spinning and going out. Because the person becomes just focused on the music. They're not thinking of anything else. They have emptied their mind. The song is coming forward if they can sing. They're just focusing on the strings and hearing the sound. They are enjoying that precious moment. Just like when you would be colouring or you're doing something else, you're enjoying that precious moment. And this is a fine guitar, I have to say. Hopefully somebody will play it soon. So it's a very beautiful guitar. And shall I try and play it a wee bit? Not quite sure what you do, but I love the sound of the strings themselves. I know I'm not playing very good, but just listen to that. Wow, I love that. Wow, it even gets louder when I go up. Maybe I will learn. Maybe somebody will give me a little lesson one day and I can play a little tune for you, because music is beautiful. So I'm going to put it back down. And I'm putting it down gently because a musical instrument is fragile and you have to look after it. And of course I love this here too, because if you're another type of an artist and you like to paint, well, I don't have paintbrushes. I only have, the pencils. And, you can allow your pencil to go free, whatever way you want it to go. It's just to allow your pencil just to go free. Allow yourself to go wherever it's bringing you, and focus on this, on the sense that, you're connecting spiritually to your soul as well. You want to enjoy. So you want to go wherever your pencil is going. So I love where my pencil is going, because now I'm starting to see something that, well, I'm starting to see a few things. It's like a journey, but I'm seeing this beautiful face here, you know, just looking out. And I just feel like putting a few little hairs like this on the top of the head. And I know that's kind of funny, but it's making me smile, because I'm just allowing myself to go whatever way I want, and to give a funny nose like this, and then a big huge smile, and having the smile going to one side. And I love this here, because it looks like a bit of a funny ear, you know, so that's the way my pencil went. So maybe I'll do a funny ear like this. Is this a little animal that has a face like this, and yet I don't see an ear on this side? Maybe it lost its ear. I don't know. The angels have me doing a lot of circles. So maybe he's a snowman. Maybe that's what's happening. But I love this section too here. So he's looking kind of like a biscuit as well. A biscuit snowman, you know. And the line even going up through here and back down again. And even this way as well. It's kind of, to me it's like as if it's a snowman, happy. It wants you to be happy. It wants you to enjoy. And even this section again reminds me of a boat. You know, so I could start to draw a boat and put a fisherman, you know, here, and he's rowing the boat, and a fish down here, because this is the bottom of the boat. So let's see what happens. And I could put a fisherman here and put a cap on him, because he has to keep the sun out of his eyes. I'm not very good at drawing, but let's see. And he's got rowers going out into the water. There's something like that. And there's his arm coming down on one hand holding, and his other one is going out there too. But I know he too has a smile on his face, but he has a fishing rod going up and a line going down into the water. He's wanting to catch a fish. And I know the little things are on the fishing line. And I want you to have a smile on your face. I want you to start to enjoy life. So don't use an excuse not to give yourself 10 minutes every day, or even 5 minutes, or even 30 seconds, or 60 seconds, to give yourself that little bit of enjoyment. Because we all need to learn how to enjoy ourselves again. Because if we do that, how would I say, it's a knock-on effect. You know, there's less worry, less stress, and it's like what I would say, the tidying up can wait. You know, I need to give myself 10 minutes to allow myself to enjoy that I am alive, and to allow my mind to be cleared and my soul to come forward, and for all my worries and stresses to disappear. I want to take a moment for myself. So please take a moment for yourself. You know, even if it was snowing out there now, I would say, come on, let's run out. I won't even put a jacket or a coat on, nothing. Let's run out and just enjoy the snow for the few minutes. But it's not snowing. But if it's snowing where you are, do the same. Or even if it's, you know, lashing raining, why should you be worried about getting wet? why don't you just think about being alive, enjoying the rain, enjoying getting wet and laughing at the silliness of it. Imagine all of those worries and stress and anxiety just flying away for that moment. And remember, you don't have to take them back either. That's your choice. So I'm going to say, I love the smile. Definitely. I love those eyes and the hair sticking up. And I do love the funny ear. You know, and I love the fisherman in the boat and the fish with the smile on its face and the funny hair. But I am going to say goodbye. And I'm just going to say, start to enjoy life. Life is precious. And allow all that anxiety and fears and worries, you know, you can't go into a shop to buy enjoyment. It's not for sale. You have it. You've just got to allow yourself to realize that you are alive. You're a human being, you're a spiritual being, and you have the right to enjoy yourself. So get out there and enjoy yourself, whether you're sitting at home or you're in work and you're on your break. Give yourself even 30 seconds or 60 seconds to have a moment of enjoyment. So love you and bless you. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed my videos today, like and subscribe. Don't miss my latest teachings and meditations.